Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a video all about sort of what to do when you first get engaged. I'm calling this like you're engaged now what sort of thing. When I got engaged, I had no idea what I should do first. There are some videos on YouTube on this topic, but I want to give you guys my own take, what I did personally as soon as I got engaged. This is the first video in my wedding series. So I have tons of videos planned. Like, I sat down the other day and I was like, oh my god, there's so many videos I could do. This video is just on my top 5 things you should do as soon as you get engaged. A little list here. And I know that sounds cliche as hell, and I hate cliches. Don't focus so much on the planning right away. Take the time to celebrate with your new fiance, and even when you get too stressed out, just take a second and realize that you guys are forming a lifelong bond and just celebrate that fact for a little bit. Don't go crazy on the planning right away because you'll have plenty of time to do that unless it's a short engagement. Even still, you should definitely take the time to celebrate. I think that this is like one of the most important things you should do, one of the first things you should do, because you literally can't do anything else until you know what day you're gonna get married. Think about like the season at least. Do you want a summer wedding? Do you want a fall wedding? Do you want a winter wedding? Narrow it down to the month, then narrow it down to a day. Do you want a specific date, like your anniversary or something? I would have loved to have our anniversary as our wedding day, but our schedules don't allow that. I can't take days off of work like I would like to, unless they're the mandatory summer or winter break. So that's basically why we're getting married just before winter break. We also knew we couldn't get married in the summer. I would have preferred to get married this summer, like a couple months from now, but Gio has to go to training in Georgia for 2 months and we won't be able to get married then. We didn't know the exact dates of his training, so we obviously couldn't plan our wedding around that. So that's also why we chose December. As awkward as it is, you need to know who's going to pay for what. If you guys are paying for your own wedding, then you guys need to figure that out sooner than later. Who's going to pay for what, who's doing the rehearsal dinner, who's paying for the actual wedding, who's paying for the other little things that pop up. We're not even that far along in our wedding planning, and so many things have popped up that I didn't expect. So I would say set your budget and then set it a little bit higher than what you think it's going to be, because that's what a budget is. Essentially is you're planning for the worst and hoping for the best. So if you over plan your budget, if you think that your budget's going to be this much, I would add just a little bit more, because you never know how many things are going to get in the way. I don't mean a human wedding planner, I mean a book that is a wedding planner, and I have a couple in front of me right now. They are both from The Knot. The first is The Knot Ultimate Wedding Planner and Organizer. It's this giant binder. It's so helpful. I haven't really used it much yet. I've looked at some things in here, but basically it's a binder and it has a bunch of tabs in it. I think that having a planner is super important. If you want a human planner, then by all means. My mom is basically the human planner. She loves planning parties, so it's insane. But I like to have my own planner in front of me. There are different tabs: color inspiration, timeline, and budget. It gives you like top wedding planning tips on budget, express engagement timeline, wedding planning timeline, a normal one, 12 months before you should do this, 9 to 11 months before you should do that. And there's guest lists and invitations, and there's like areas where you can paste your own ideas in, like literally print out from a printer and then tape it on here so you have your ideas when you're going to the vendors and talking to them. Then there's a tab on the venue and the menu. Then there's dress and accessories, ceremony and bridal party, top ceremony tips, things like that. That's what's in this tab. Flowers and decor, that's another tab. There's also photos, videos, and entertainment, and it gives you top photography tips as well as your a list of poses that you would want for the day of, so you can give it to your photographer. And then the big day and beyond, then it gives you tips on like, okay, you need to change your name, you need to change this, you need to do that, how to do that, wedding day contact list, wedding weekend accommodations, and then it gives you tips on honeymoon planning and things like that. This binder, it might seem overwhelming, and I've looked through it like 5 times and I still haven't written anything down, to be quite honest, but it's so helpful just to have all, like, this whole, everything is in one place. That's what I love about it. So this, I'll link it down below. I bought it from Amazon. And the Knot also has an app. If you don't like having this paper, this big binder in front of you, then the app might be another option. The other planner is not really a planner, but it's also by the Knot, and this is called the Knot Book of Wedding Lists, and it gives you a bunch of lists that you need to think about. The first thing is month by month timeline. So 12 months, set a date, determine your wedding day, style, and colors, and you put check marks after all that, things like that. Chapter 1. Create your wedding plan. The secret to a gorgeous wedding is a definitive style and color scheme. And it talks to you all about color schemes. And then it lists bullets of questions. When do we want our wedding to take place? Where do you want your wedding reception? The second chapter is, that's chapter 1. Chapter 2 is the reception. It talks to you everything about the reception. How many people do we need our space to accommodate? What is most important to us about the location? This is such a handy book. I would say even more so than that. It also gives you tips on what to ask your photographer, what to ask the venue. Basically, these two go hand in hand. This is just a little bit more concise and you can just check it off. It's like list form. So if you're like a list person like I am, this is a lot more helpful than having this big thing. But then again, this goes way more into detail. Also goes hand in hand with setting a date. I already talked about this a little bit. If you like a certain color scheme, then go with that time of year. Not to say that you can't just put whatever colors in whatever time of year. Like, I went to an October wedding a couple of years ago, Gio's sister, and she had Tiffany blue and black. Those were her colors. It was October, who cares? Think about what kind of theme you would want. A music theme is what we're doing. You share common interests like travel or something that you guys could have a theme for. Now, our music theme, music is what brought us together. That's why we're doing that. But it's not going to be so overbearing. We're not going to have like musical everything. That would be too much. But like our table numbers, for example, are going to be names of composers instead of just table 1, which is kind of boring. The theme and wedding colors affect everything. So like it affects the time of year when you set your date. It affects the details and the centerpieces, the bridesmaids' dress colors. I recommend going on Pinterest and looking up what kind of theme you would like. Like if you're thinking about a travel theme, look up in Pinterest travel theme wedding and a bunch of pictures will come up. And if you like that kind of idea, then start putting it into motion. So if you are engaged and looking for ideas, I really hope this helped you. I hope you're happy. I hope that you guys have fun wedding planning, and congratulations on being engaged. Even if you're not engaged, I hope in the future when you do get engaged, this video can help you. So if you like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!